Hello students, today we are going to talk about the chapter solid state. We have studied previously also, we know solid, we all know about solid, and we have also studied the types of solid. The basic type of solids are crystalline solid and amorphous solid. I'm sure students you remember what is crystalline solid. The crystalline solids are the solid which have a perfect ordered arrangement, and they are long range ordered or long ordered. They have a perfect order in their structure. Amorphous solids are those solids which do not have a perfect arrangement, a perfect crystal structure, or we also call it as a short range. We also call as a pseudo solid, isn't it? Now today in this session we are going to talk about crystal structure. So what is a crystal structure? Now when I'm talking about a crystal structure, the crystal structure is basically explained by two terms. The terms are known as lattice plus basis. So from the diagram you can make out that lattice and basis together forms a crystal. Now what is lattice? I have shown you here in the image. So you can see here the small dots are nothing but your lattice, and this is your basis. What happens that this lattice, the small lattice on that, if you see in this crystal structure, the basis is actually, you can say, is we can say I have hanged the basis on the lattice point. The lattices are very much like small points. I can explain you this in the better way. Let's talk about if I am decorating a wall. I have to decorate a wall, and what I'm thinking that I will decorate my wall with some nice pattern of star. So what I will do first, I will put some hooks on my wall in some rectangular pattern or square pattern, and then I will make small, I will cut stars, and I will just hook the stars on my every I will hang stars on my hooks, so I will get a nice pattern on my star. So this pattern, so the hooks I can resemble it with the lattice point, the star are nothing but my bases, and when together we can call it as a crystal, isn't it? So what is a nice crystal structure has been formed. So this way, a simple way to understand our crystal structure. So even in our solid, the crystal structures are basically formed in this way only. Now to understand in a more deeply, and the more important the other term is the unit cell. Now for unit cell also, before directly going to the definition, again I will explain you in the most easiest way. Let's talk about, I have a huge box with me. In that huge box, I will take some nice small boxes of identical shape, and I will fill that huge box with those small boxes. Now from the outer appearance, outside, if I say that it's a huge box, but inside this huge box I have small identical shape, means small identical shape boxes are there. So that individual, that one box is having the same structure of all other boxes. The other boxes, they are having the same structure. So that one small box, I can call it as a structural unit, I can call it as a single unit. In the same way, in our crystal structure also, in the crystalline solid, okay, we have the small repeating structural unit. The whole crystalline solid is formed by the small repeating structural unit, and this small repeating structural unit are called as unit cell. So if in exam the question is asked that define unit cell, how you will say? You will say that the smallest repeating structural unit of crystalline solid is called as unit cell. This unit cell is represented by a cube, a cubic structure. Naturally, when I'm talking about a cubic structure, I'm talking about a three-dimensional structure. So I'm talking about x, y, and z axis. Here you can see the axes are denoted by the symbol A, B and C, and the angle between the axes is denoted by alpha, beta and gamma. Not necessary that when we talk about x, y, z axis, so it all going to be 90-degree only. No, depending upon the angle and the uh, ABC length, okay, our crystals will have different our solid will have different crystalline structures, okay, and that is known as a lattice structures. Different the more importantly it is known as Bravais lattice structure that we will study later on.